This was the toughest match I've been involved in. When you go 15 minutes with 10 men, um, it was hard. And you had to try and coach and keep the players honest.
Naam, shehe wa spoti nipo uwanjani kukuletea burudani na michezo ndani ya SPM Sports KE. Game ni 90.
With the head coach of Kenya and Angola team, Mr. Benni McCarthy. As usual, I will ask the first question. Coach, what's your feeling after this really tough match?
I am exhausted. I'm tired and I just want to hit my bed and sleep. Because I think, this was the toughest match I've been involved in. When you go 15 minutes with 10 men, it was hard. And you had to try and coach and keep the players honest. It was a very difficult challenge for us. But I have to compliment the players for the effort, the hard work. It was not easy because I said yesterday in the post-match that I managed the ball very well. They move. They keep you honest. So I think if we organize in defense and make it difficult, we'll have some joy in behind because they really do push high. And unfortunately, we found ourselves very early, goal down and a player down as well. So it wasn't ideal. And you really have to think outside the box, and you have to think how you're gonna keep still the function of the team, so that you can still be positive and try and make a game of it. But I'm just excited. I'm just happy for the players that they weren't denied all the hard work they've done to go so early down, a man down, and they fought, they showed resilience, and hopefully the fans could be happy with what they saw. They saw a team that will fight till the last minute, and for next, now we turn our attention to our next match, and hopefully we cut out all the mistakes, because the mistakes is what's costing us. We cause ourselves a lot of pain because, I know it's players to still get nervous now. I understand the occasion is big, but I think it's players now, you have to take control and you can't still be nervous. And our team, again, first half, we looked extremely nervous. Second half, everyone calms down and then you play accordingly. But football, you can't play 45 minutes and in the other 45 minutes you don't play, because that's why the levels are completely different, So, but I'm happy for the team. I don't look happy, but I am happy. I'm just tired. I'm just exhausted.
Thank you, Coach. So, the first question.
It is exhausting to watch, but your brain has to constantly work because you have to find a solution. Which player can do that job? Which player can do striker job function and to defend? So it's the worst to be a coach when you go 10 men down, because you feel the pain for your players, the 10 men that's on the field. You feel for them because the work that they have to do and that they have to put in. But I think for me, the biggest thing is managing the expectation, because I think whoever is in the squad has to understand you've made it. You're at the pinnacle of the elite football. You're the best that the country has. You can't still be like a rookie, like someone that's never walked onto a football pitch before, someone that's never seen so many people in the stadium. And that's what my team is doing at the moment, and it's becoming costly because, again, DRC, we also started so sluggish, and we could have been easily 1-0, 2-0 down by the time we got into the game. So you accept that the nerves, and you know that they will get it, they will get over it, and then you go and win the game, and then the second match you do exactly the same mistake that a 8-year-old going to school for the first time, you do exactly in the second match again, and you get punished for it, but you get away with it. So I don't know when we're going to learn. So I think that is what I and the technical team, we have to figure out how we change that, because this team can play. These players, they have quality, they have ability. You see, against 10 men, we still look like we get a chance, we score, we still look dangerous. We didn't make it easy for Angola, as much as they had such a big advantage with one player, you know, moving the ball the way they did. But we made it so difficult for them to get anywhere near our goals. So these players can play. They are really good, but my God, they need to get over this fear factor for 45 minutes. It's stressful, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, as a coach, you have to understand, you have to know your players, and when you have a match on Sunday and you've got 3 days to recover, and then you go again on Thursday, so will you get the best performance out of your players, or do you freshen it up and you change maybe 1 or 2 players that will bring some fresh legs and fight and energy in? And I felt that the last training sessions that I've seen, that we could use with some fresh legs, you know, up front. Mutsiri, he was just unfortunate. When you go with 10 men as a coach, you have to react very quickly. So you have to sometimes sacrifice a player, whether he plays really well and that, but to compensate for midfield and for the defense, and it's always the strikers or the attacking players, the wing players, that suffers the most in a case like this. So for us, it was a case of you take out Omondi or you take out Mutsiri, and Omondi he's a bit bigger, he's quick, and he's very brave, and I thought for me he was outstanding. He was outstanding. I'm just so sad that we had to be 10 men to really see his potential, because I thought, you know, if we were 11v11 on the field with Alpha and Austin, they would have provided him with the service, and I thought he would have been a big change for us. But when you go down to 10 men, then you know you have to safeguard the squad, and you have to sacrifice. So unfortunately for Muchiri, he was the one that got sacrificed. But overall, everybody played exceptionally well. They did good to draw against a team that could beat anyone in this competition with 10 men for at least 65, 70 minutes. That's huge. You know, that's huge. You don't, modern day football, you don't get away with playing with one player less. So it just shows the determination, the heart that the players showed on the pitch, and yeah. So yeah, hopefully that answered your questions. But the changes was just so that we can be fresh, and we can also cause a threat to the opponents.
Yeah.
Fans was incredible. You know, the Mexican wave. I think at times when the game wasn't going accordingly to the way we planned and the way we set up, because we have a player less, but the fans gave us that extra little boost. And every time when you saw the performance was dropping a little bit, and Angola was starting to play the upper hand, and they were playing the way they wanted to play, the fans just kept making an incredible noise, and it kind of lifted the players. So I think today we really, really, really survived because we had unbelievable fans. We had unbelievable support from the first minute to the last minute, except for when they thought we went a goal behind. That was the most quietest I've ever heard the stadium. It was dead. And even I was defeated because my heart sank. My heart just dropped. But then when the VAR intervened, rightfully so as well, because it was an offside. It was a clear offside, so the goal was disallowed, rightfully. So I feel the pain for Angola, you know, that jubilation, the thing that you wanted, but yeah. And then when the roar came back, we knew, oh, we're still in it, so we still have a chance. So yeah, the fans was magnificent, amazing, and I think the players can't be any more prouder to be Kenyan, to have this as your fans, because it was just simply incredible.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. The emotions was, like I said, I had to be thinking from we went to 10 men down. It was the first time that I think this much in a match, because most of the time I let the players, they know the structure, they know the way we play because we've trained on it. So when the game starts, I allow them to play free and not intervene. So I don't need to think about anything. I trust them. But today, when you went down, like the brain is just constantly ticking and ticking. And that's why you saw I was almost on the touchline the whole 90 minutes because I couldn't go. Every time I want to sit, I said, my team needs me, so I need to be there again. And then, yeah, I think emotionally, it looked like we could cause an upset with 10 men. That's what I felt. So I just felt that it was imperative to keep the instructions, to keep the energy going, so the players know that what they were doing was working and it was good, and we're going to get back at our position because, yeah, they were in full control of possession, but they never hurt us in any way or shape. So we knew that the counter-attack would be on and we could have an opportunity to go and you know. So then when we get the moment, Ben Stanley again. So you expect that he uses his intelligence, or you go to the corner flag, you run the clock down, because we are happy we started with 1 point, so we could finish the game with 1 point, and you have a player less. If you had told me that, I'd take it before the game even kick off. So then you go on a counter-attack where you create for yourself, and Angola look like they didn't have the energy to come back and get at us. So Ryan Ogam makes a good run. So I understand from an attacking midfielder, you want to play the ball into the striker. But from the way that we played the ball, the left back makes an overlap. Abut makes that overlap. So if you slid him in, it's a simple pass across the park for the striker then to attack, which the defender is running backwards. So that's what you think in a game, that you're still active, you can still, your thought process is still good enough to make that right decision instead of playing the pass, the dangerous pass, which could be easily intercepted, and he ended up making again the wrong decision and going there instead of there. And then straight from that counter, they counter the counter, and they go and score the game, the winning goal of the game. And of course my heart dropped because I was sad for the players, the effort that they put in to find themselves in that situation where they could have won it if they had made the right decisions. And then one wrong pass costed us a performance of grit, a performance of guts, you know, where no one expected us to even compete with 10 men against Angola, and we took them all the way to the wire. So that's why I felt for everybody that was on that pitch today, that was wearing a white shirt. Yeah, my energy, the heart everything just dropped, and that's why I felt defeated. So I went to sit down, almost biting all my nails off because I didn't know what my message to the players were going to be after the match, and then eventually when VAR intervened, well, I had to be back and show the same energy. So that was the sensation.
Naam, shehe wa spoti nipo uwanjani kukuletea burudani na michezo ndani ya SPM Sports KE. Game ni 90.